Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So this is, it's pretty precise, I've got to say. There's not a lot of back and forth. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to play a lot of matches. This is the first match I played, and I'm recording it, because a bit strapped for time at the moment. So, got Warherd shields at the front line, got Morga leading, so I brought my Minotaur build, basically. Slightly different from last time, I think. I couldn't quite work out how, though, because I seem to have fewer Centicles of Great Weapons. I'm not sure where the money went. Ah, well. So I've got Minotaurs with shields in the front, so they can absorb some of the, ranged fire. And I've got Minotaurs without in the back, so, hopefully a bit safer. And I've also got the Minotaurs with great weapons, if I see anything big. I've also got some spearmen on the sides to, help, what's the word I'm looking for? Screen cavalry. So, yeah, pretty formidable bunch. Over here, the Empire player has brought a Empire captain, he's got a Jade wizard, he's got a General of the Empire on a horse. Does he have a potion of toughness on him? Yes, he does. And he's also got a couple of spearmen, he's got a steam tank, he's got crossbowmen. 3 lots, is it? Nope, just 2 lots. Yeah, he's got a couple of units of great swords in the front, and he's got 2 units of demigryph knights with halberds, which is a good pick against the beastmen, because a lot of the beastmen's best units are large, so that anti-large does help. But they do have to watch out for things like Centicles or great weapons that are quite cheap counters to him. Also Ungor spearmen, but still. So I'm going to speed things up. So things start pretty quickly, so I send these guys around the side, which actually reveals all these units. So I charge straight in. I see the steam tank, so I immediately get my Centicles and great weapons to go straight for the steam tank. Because with that huge armor piercing, and they're pretty damn sturdy as it is, if they're just left alone to fight the steam tank won't get anything done. So, really formidable. That's exactly the sort of thing that I bring these guys to counter. So also, because they've got the demigryph knights on the side, I do actually move these spearmen over here. So I've got a couple of units of cheap spearmen that can hold off the demigryphs. That's fantastic. Help protect all my Minotaurs. So, yeah, Minotaurs, some for the Jade Wizard, and also get the rest onto the great swords. I'm quite happy for these Warherd to fight spearmen over here. And, yeah, that's totally fine. So I get these guys around the back. Obviously, they've got a few spearmen knocking around in the back line, but they are having to try and retreat with their crossbowmen, because this front line is already buckling, and there's a couple of Minotaurs bothering them here. So I immediately get my hounds on them, and I actually pass my Centicles around, because I don't really want these spearmen fighting my Centicles. But the hounds can get in there nice and do a lot of damage and get out really quickly. So the Empire captain hasn't come in yet, neither has demigryph knights, and his front line is already getting absolutely dishevelled. Here you can see though these Minotaurs are having a absolute fine time taking out the steam tank. I do have some Gauls in here as well, which don't need to be. So I do actually pull them out at some point, and I think try and surround his general some more. So you can see here, backline already crumbled, which is great for me. So here though, do get Minotaurs on spearmen. They will take out the spearmen, but obviously the spearmen are very cheap and will get bonuses against the Minotaurs. But given the fact that the rest of his line is gone, I'm quite happy to throw them in there. So, it's not the end of the world. So here he comes in with his demigryphs onto my Minotaurs, which is very clever, but here unfortunately I caught another unit with my Centicores, some Spearmen, and the Chaos Warhound. So they're poisoned, and they've got, good anti-armor hitting them, and yeah, that's just not good for them at all. And I think that was a rear charge as well, so they got completely demolished in seconds. So here, Steam Tank's almost destroyed. He tries to pull out here to aid his general. I brought in some Chaos Spawn as well, so it's really hard for the General to path out of there, because they really get in the way. The Jade Wizard, broken. Excuse me. The Empire Captain is broken, so, pretty much everything's broken here. I managed to get my Warherds from, one lot of Spearmen to the next. And, yeah, everything shatters at this point, because his leadership is completely destroyed, and pretty much everything's running away. So, although I didn't actually, we'll see later, I didn't actually kill a lot of his units, but because I had such great matchups, and, with the fear-causing Minotaurs, I'm pretty sure they cause fear anyway, don't they? Yeah, they cause fear. So with all the fear-causing units as well, and the fact that, their back lines were compromised and all sorts, I basically just completely destroyed their leadership. And that's how I did it. Because it was, see here, they only lost 300 units, which, yeah, is almost half their guys, but if that was a more even matchup, that wouldn't have gone so badly. A lot of these, units would have come back, and he could have brought them back into a fight, possibly in a more favourable matchup, So, he could have got spears on my Minotaurs, he could have got just his great swords fighting my infantry, he could have got his demigryphs fighting, Minotaurs, you know, that could have worked well for him. But unfortunately, because I just hit everything systematically, as soon as they were broken, they didn't have time to recover before everything else had broken. So absolutely textbook win there. I feel really bad actually, because this guy was bloody lovely. You know, we had a nice chat, and yeah, seemed a nice guy, so I felt really bad just sort of enveloping him there. But it just goes to show, like, these Minotaur builds, people don't know how to deal with it, because yeah, it's not a very Beastman kind of thing to do. You tend to have your front line, which is just infantry, and then you have the sort of bigger units flanking and doing stuff. But yeah, people don't tend to just throw in Minotaurs amongst their infantry, and that sort of doubling up of units like that works really well. It's the same with like Eternal Guard and the Treekin, you know, in Wood Elf matchups. You know, they just back each other up so well that you can't really get like an advantageous engage on any of the front line all of a sudden, which is huge. So yeah, this build seems to be really working. You know, the only guys I had trouble against were the that insane Savage Orc build with all the big uns. That was fantastic though. That was a really good matchup for him. But yeah, here though, just against the Empire, it's really tough. It's a really tough matchup. I think maybe a light wizard would be good. Get a Net of Amontok, who would have given his crossbowmen more time to shoot at the Minotaurs. Hopefully, kill a few before they get in. You know, get into the fight. If he'd brought a spearman into the front line, that would have really helped. Although they would have got torn up by the Warherd, they would have kept the Minotaurs at bay. So maybe that would have been better. Then, you know, he would have just left his back line completely defenseless against, you know, my Warhounds and my Centaurs and stuff. It was tough. It was tough. So, but yeah, it was a fun match. So thanks, Thanis Eleanor. Really cool name as well. Very cool. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.